Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie Bourbon Lovers, sharing bourbon with Australia.
All right, bear with me. Hang on. You're going to get the full opening sound. You ready? You might need to listen close because this is the fanciest bottle of bourbon I've ever opened. And it's for a good reason, right? Hang on, here we go. This is pop. Good pop.
Good pop. Good occasion, Dave. What are we drinking?
This is ridiculous that we're drinking this, but here it is. Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve, 15-year-old. Fanciest bourbon I've ever opened.
And why are you opening it, Dave?
Because, H, we're celebrating our 15-year wedding anniversary. Happy wedding anniversary, H.
Happy wedding anniversary.
Can't believe
15-year-old marriage. 15-year wedding anniversary. Cheers, Dave.
Can't believe you've put up with me this long. Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
What a good thing to be doing to celebrate a wedding anniversary. Goodness gracious me.
Do you think if when
Smells good. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, it does. Do you think when you married me that you would have pictured us sitting in front of a computer doing a podcast drinking really delicious bourbon?
No, I don't know what I would have. No, I wouldn't have been anywhere near as astute as to thought that would be a good idea.
Well, I say delicious. We haven't tasted it yet. What are you getting on the nose?
Wow, like I don't know. Is it? It's old and weeded, and it's got that.
Oh, I'm walking into the woolshed like harvest time.
Really?
All the grain.
Like it's quite unique. It's got the high, like a what, like it's a woodiness, but it's almost like that sweet woodiness that I get on the Michter's 10. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean about that sweet woodiness?
Yeah.
It's like a real pleasant woodiness.
When you say sweet woodiness, I think of a freshly sharpened pencil, like a really good pencil.
I'm not getting pencils.
It's me in my art studio.
Lots of sweetness still, a bit of molassesiness.
Yeah. You get it's like it smells sticky.
We should probably be letting this sit for 10 minutes. That'd be a boring episode, wouldn't it, if we let it sat for 10 minutes?
We're just gonna give our Pappy 15-year-old some air.
just bear with us while we watch our Pappy open up.
15 years, Dave. What are some of the things you've enjoyed about the last 15 years?
This is like some kind of job interview for being a husband? Is that what's happening here?
I was just like, while this bottle of bourbon was like, you know.
No, wait, hang on. Let's go back a step. Part of the reason why it's great to be celebrating being married for 15 years with a good bourbon, like a stupid bourbon. Like I love that we're drinking this, but I also feel stupid about it, is that when we got married, we said, let's eat and drink good things. Yeah. And so here we are, 15 years on, drinking something pretty good.
This is the Buffalo Trace is one of the first distilleries we ever visited when we went to Kentucky. And we went there because we'd seen a crazy documentary on Netflix, was it?
Yeah, we went there for a few reasons, but that's definitely one of them. Yeah,
but like as in that had like...
You're right. It was called Heist and Pappy Gate was the episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember just being fascinated that like all this crazy stories behind bourbon.
Would you look at... Sorry, if you're watching on YouTube, would you look at that? That is... It looks amazing. It's kind of silky in the glass or something. Am I making stuff up because I think...
No. I'm getting like when I nose it, it's like... I'm already getting the sticky taste in my mouth, just like, have a taste, Dave.
Wow. It's almost like the texture is like, has a honeyness to it. It's like real sticky.
Yeah, but you've got to do more than one sip. Remember the first one's like...
Yep. Oh, I had warmed up, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a real richness. It's like the mouthfeel has got a real richness to it. Yum. I wish I don't really. I feel like it might be wasted on me a little bit. Carameliness. There's some raisiny,
you definitely,
like that fruitiness that you sometimes get.
Like deep, like
plum puddingy kind of.
I was going to say plum or like sultana, like you're eating that fruitcake, Christmassy cake.
Oh, I reckon that's going to have like a really massive finish on it too. Yum. Cool. Well,
it's one of those ones that sits there.
Yeah.
And then and like changes. You're kind of like, I'm getting, no, hold on, something different. Just like marriage, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, open your mouth and you get something different. That's certainly true about our marriage. Helen, what's your...
over time is what I was trying to imply.
Changes with kids is certainly one part of that. So then tell me about H. What are What did you ask me? Favourite
You
things of
didn't
15
answer
years?
my question,
Well,
but, you know.
But it was a hard question to ask. Answer it. Go on.
No.
What have you
like,
got for me?
Well, you know, there's the standard ones of having kids. That was pretty cool.
Don't be boring. Come on.
But there's like going to Kentucky,
Yes.
falling in love with bourbon.
Yes.
Don't get too excited about that.
Well, we're on a
But
bourbon
no,
podcast.
genuinely, like we've done lots of fun stuff together. Like we both love travel. We both love good food. Like there's been lots of kind of stuff that we can share that way. But I think the more recent love of bourbon, the bit I've liked is that we've both, it's not kind of like, oh, well, I'll go along with this because this is something you like, or you haven't been like, well, I'll, you know, follow along with her crazy art stuff because that's something, you know, that makes her happy. This is something that genuinely both of us love. Like maybe the different elements of it we love differently. Like I really love the stories behind the bourbon and I might be guessing wrong, but like the flavour and everything is probably higher on your list than the story behind the bottle. But I think we both love like bourbon.
We do both love bourbon. And I think we both love lots of interesting parts of it. And sometimes this is a bit weird. This is a weird thing that we do sometimes, but sometimes we'll sit there
You're gonna
on our
overshare,
couch.
aren't you?
No. Not that weird. Sometimes we'll sit there on our couch and I'll just stare at a glass that's sitting in front of me and I'll go, look at the colour on that and look at what the colour means from what was a clear liquid and what the years of the time in the barrel mean and signify and stuff like that. I suppose that's a lovely look at this, H. Wow, look at look at this. Hang on. We've got a great story here. If you look at the colour on that Pappy Family Reserve 15-year, when that went in the barrel, it was clear.
Yeah.
And you and I were standing at that altar. Oh, yeah. And then the years tarnished
have coloured
it.
us. No, have coloured.
Yeah,
have coloured.
tarnished me,
No.
tarnished you. And
With
gave it that
beautiful
beautiful
kids and
vanilla
lots of
caramel
travel.
flavour. And that sweet wood I was talking about before.
Yeah, see?
And it's gotten better.
Life with someone you love just gets better, right?
Oh, and it got better and better.
Yeah,
Exactly. And the
see?
wood really,
We started a bourbon podcast.
oh my goodness. I feel like someone should get a large hook from the side of the stage and hook us off the stage with this rubbish we're dribbling.
Oh.
So then what
Where can you get this, Dave?
bottle of Pappy, you can't get it anywhere. Are you kidding me? It's like you. I can't, no one else can get you anywhere, hey?
Thanks, Dave. No, but like people, can you get like any version of a bottle of Pappy somewhere?
So this is a fun thing about Australia, and our pals in the US will hate this, but there's times when you can walk into particular Dan Murphy's, not every Dan Murphy's, and you can see it on the shelf and you can buy it. It's not that uncommon to see a bottle of Pappy at a duty free. Yeah, it's not cheap, but you can see them.
Yeah.
And or Dan Murphy's, you can see them, and you can get your hands on them.
We're
which
lucky
is
enough to get an
extremely
allocation
unusual.
of them, whereas in America,
Right. For whatever reason, we do get a few bottles of Buffalo Trace over here, so you can get them. Yep. And online, you get if you probably Googled Pappy Van Winkle Australia, you probably find some bottles you get your hands on for sure.
Yeah, and if I haven't won the lotto and haven't got a bottle, there's another. What's the one that's kind of like the one that doesn't quite make the Pappy?
Oh yeah.
They have a panel
Weller,
of people who
Weller.
sits there. The Wellers, yeah.
So it's just a weeded bourbon, right? And someone chooses whether it's a Pappy or a Weller.
Yeah, a panel of people, they sit there and they're like, this one's not quite Pappy, and so it doesn't quite get the label or the price tag, but it's still very, very good.
Well, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is very, very good.
Amazing. Amazing, Dave.
All right, so 15 years of marriage. We've got some kids as well that are banging about, making noise and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the next release is 20-year-old. We're allowed to have a 20-year-old bottle in 5 years. Is that allowed
If
to
we
happen?
make it the next 5 years.
I think there's a 23-year-old and then there's no more. So I think that's
we're
what
gonna
we
make it
should.
to 23.
And then no more.
Oh, that's a bit morbid.
Sorry. But you can't really age bourbon much older than that, and I feel like
No.
you can't really age marriages much longer than that.
Well, once we get there, we've made it. I think that's the thing. It's like once we get to 23 years married, we've made it.
Then we start tasting scotches.
No, I'm
okay.
sticking to bourbon.
I'm sticking to bourbon too.
bourbon too. Yeah.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Cheers to 15 years.
Happy New Year. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.